Hey Chantel,
Hey, Roxanne.
happy Tuesday.
Yes.
I'm actually so exhausted. So as soon as this is done, I'm going to sleep. I hate to be that person who's constantly like, I'm tired, but I'm very, very tired. Um, so we are going to talk about some hot topics today. We're actually going to talk about my birthday as well because we have some stories to
We
tell.
do.
Yeah. But before we do that, we have to talk about what's going on in the social media world. Chantel stays off of Twitter. So Chantel, it's the best thing that you've ever done to stay off of Twitter, by the way. So
Seriously.
I'll send her some things and she gets scare. She gets very, very scare. And if you've listened to us for a long time, we've said multiple times that Twitter is a very toxic place and we don't like being on it. So we've said that several times. So obviously, there's a lot going on in the Twitter world, just drama. We've kind
Like
of touched on it.
I have
Yeah.
a I have a question though. Like, do you think most of the masses see it, or is it just like the blogs, like the fan pages that are seeing things? Like, do you really think that it's reaching a lot of people?
I don't know. I don't think any of it's honestly very relevant.
Yeah,
And
it's like nothing groundbreaking. Like I keep seeing things and you
exactly.
keep saying things, and I'm like, and your
Yeah.
point? Like I'm
Right.
confused. You talk shit about Melissa's mom, okay? And like, hello, have you listened to our podcast before?
Right,
Like,
where we literally say, "Why is a 70-year-old speaking poorly of her daughter's sister-in-law?" We literally say these things,
and
on our
everything we
podcast.
say about people is on their actions. Like we're just talking about what they like. We're just giving an opinion on their actions at the end of the day. So
Right.
it's like nothing is that groundbreaking. So it's like very confusing to me. Like what is even being done? Like what the commotion is. Like I swear I'm so confused, and I think a lot of people are confused, and we're just like sitting here like what's going on.
We have so many DMs, we have so many texts, and it's just I don't know. We respond to all DMs. If you're going to give us your opinion, first off, we never honestly we don't have the capacity to start the conversation, but we did have Teresa fan accounts start the conversation with us time and time again, and we would respond or react. Anything that we would say in these messages, even if we're talking shit, we would say it on the podcast. We've said it on the podcast. So it's just our opinion. And that's all that it is. I don't, there, again, there's no, I'm not sure what people are trying to do. We're not on the show. But I don't know what people think of us, Chantel, that.
Yeah, like why are like it's like okay, I get it. Like I know I actually don't get it. Like we're not up here to get criticized. We're not on the show. But if you want to come after us, like okay, go after us. Like it's really confusing. Like
Yeah.
what's the hate? Like I'm just still confused about it. Like are you mad that we have a podcast? Like you can have a podcast too. I'm so confused. It sounds like we can say, oh, we can get on a show or something. Like we can't do that, but you can easily create a podcast. We'll help you. We'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. Remember with Kim D when we weren't good with Kim D and then we made peace with her and we literally walked her through how to create a podcast and we helped her because she wasn't the best with social media. So, yeah, if you guys want a podcast, we're willing to help you guys. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but it's just been a lot of chaos. There's been a few like 4 accounts that were hardcore Teresa fans that churned. And honestly, we had even distanced ourselves with some of them. And then we did block some back in November just because we didn't agree with how intense things were. And we just got bad vibes, bad gut feelings. So we didn't want to be associated with it anymore. We want to do our own thing. We don't just cover Jersey. And if you look at our last 10 episodes, you'll see 1 episode of Jersey. So we don't just cover Jersey. So a lot of people have been asking us, people have stopped sending us what other people are saying and we don't care anymore. So we don't even want to see it. Doesn't matter to us. Because, we do have a life outside of this. We did end up tweeting, for those wondering why we haven't commented on New Jersey drama regarding the 4 accounts that have been obsessing over us. Mental health is a serious thing, and it is clear those accounts need real help. We hope they get the help they need as it has gotten to a scary point, which it has gotten to a scary point because I I mean, Chantal, I don't even know what to say. All that it really is, it's scary.
I
It's
mean,
scary that people are
someone,
doing this.
my friend texted me, it's like, do we need to get you bodyguards? I was like, maybe.
Right. I mean, and the fact that, we've had these accounts talk about like my children and all that stuff. It's just it's not okay. So anyways, we said as far as screeners, we have we have been blogging since 2012 and appeared on every Real Housewives show as production, have asked us for headlines. We've also received screeners directly from the network for certain housewife shows. Specific accounts and podcasters get this. So this is not crazy news or anything, because I know that the whole screener thing is out there. We also wrote, what I can say, everyone is responsible for their own actions. Accounts put themselves in the middle of the drama. They feel entitled that they are owed something. They're not owed anything. I know some accounts are saying people made me do this or do that. That's, if that's how they take things, I don't know. I just know we've been around the game for this long, and everything we've done is because we wanted to do it. Everything we don't do is because we don't want to do it. For example, there was a post that Margaret Joseph's, or not a post, a recording of her, apparently an alleged recording of her, that Margaret Joseph's said some racist stuff. Guess what we did? People were sending it to us and they were like, we think it's her, we think it's her. And one of these accounts that we have blocked was the one who put it out. And we said, it's not her. We're not fans of Margaret. We even tweeted and said it's not Margaret Joseph's. Like it's not her. So we don't want to do nasty stuff like that. We're not like, fighting on Twitter or anything of that sort, but we just give our opinion. So if we see something that's shady or gross, or for example, like Melissa's family going ham on Teresa, like to us, like if our sister-in-law did that, we would be grossed out by that. If our sister-in-law's family did that, we would be grossed out by that. So we just say our opinion. But again,
And I'm
yeah.
sure, like, I do want to say this, and I'm sure that causes other people to think the same as us or say things. So it's like we're just like, it's a community of what we're all just saying and thinking. It's not like we're saying to people, hey, go cause hate and go do this. We're just giving you our opinion because it's a show that's on national TV, and we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
so
don't think I've
true.
ever seen your post or do anything like that. Even especially on All About Your Reach, you guys are definitely more neutral on there. Like say, hey guys, go create this or go do this or go say this. I've never seen that, to be honest.
No,
On
no.
any of the housewives, not just New Jersey, on any of them.
Yeah.
You guys will even post like nice bikini pictures of Melissa and saying Melissa looking hot in Miami. Like it's like you're not, there's not all hate there. Yeah, majority of the time we are hating, but it's because of the things that we see on social media or
Right.
on the show that we're hating about.
Right, we're giving our opinion, and that's the whole point of a podcast. That's the whole point of All About TRH, allabouttrh.com. That's all we've done from the very beginning. Anyways, so an account, the Andes of Bravo, it's like a fan page account. They ended up seeing our tweets. And by the way, we got so much love and support. So thank you guys so much. The responses were overwhelming, and you guys have been so supportive. So we appreciate it. But the Andes of Bravo ended up putting up he quoted me and said, mental health is a serious thing, and it is clear those accounts need real help. And then he said, the funny thing about this is that the Stumps had no issue with these accounts when they were relentlessly bashing Melissa in March. It's only now that Roxanne says they're mentally ill. She's a huge part of the reason New Jersey Twitter is so toxic. Shame on all those accounts, but more importantly, shame on Roxanne. Immediately, this is like a fan page. Immediately after he put that thing, Melissa Gorga comments it and goes, exactly. When they are ripping us to shreds, they are fine and they are amazing, right? The fact that this woman is a wife and a mom with children is disgraceful. It's only okay when it happens to other families.
Hold
Um,
me back, hold me back,
yeah,
hold me back. No, but
right.
seriously, it's like, Melissa, like, go away. Like, no one asked you. Like, where did you come from all of a sudden that you want to put your piece into it
Well,
because
she's
now
so happy
she's
this
so
is all
happy.
happening. She's so happy. But let me tell you something. Every housewife talks to bloggers. In fact, I've spoken to Melissa and we agreed that we would make peace, and we've spoke on the phone. I have her phone number. I did with Kathy and Richie as well. And for a little bit, Melissa and Teresa were getting along. But then there were things that Melissa would do, and it was just my opinion. Like I can't change how I feel about someone. And my whole biggest issue with Melissa, and if you guys know, is that she's never taken accountability for anything. In the earlier seasons, Teresa took accountability, said sorry to try to make things better. Melissa never did. So, that was always my issue with her. But um
And someone said like being critical of someone who signed up to put their life on display is not the same thing as these accounts and podcasters. And so like she's so like it should be obvious to her that we're not the same. This is not the same, Melissa. So like don't put your 2 cents into it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I don't understand why she's bringing up like me being a mother. I mean, she associates herself with tons of accounts that have families and that have done or said terrible things. So I'm not quite sure what she's saying there or why she's bringing that up. But it's
Yeah,
just
okay.
weird.
Yeah, it's like just because you're a mom, you can't have an opinion now. Just because you have kids, you can't have an opinion now.
Right. It is so weird. And
And
it's not like
I'm gonna make sure. Sorry, and I'm gonna make sure you don't raise your kids to ever be like a Melissa. So that's what I'm gonna do for being a mom. So thank you so
right.
much.
The thing is, we're not putting out lies for Melissa, okay? I can understand why she has probably gotten upset and stuff because at the end of the day, yeah, when we opened up allaboutterrh.com, we were, introduced to the manager at the stripper, and he wanted us to interview him and all those things. So I can understand why maybe. I mean, obviously, like she's like, you guys have been around for so long, and we've basically fact checked everything she says. And that is very annoying. So, anything she says, we're like, that's not true. Here's the proof. Here's what you did. Here's all the stuff that we don't agree with. And that could be annoying to her. So, at every chance that someone like these accounts, who, by the way, these accounts also, went after her family and did all that stuff. But now that they're coming after us, she's also now okay with it. And that's fine because we don't have a relationship and we don't, care for each other. But it was just weird that she brought up my kids, or my children into this and me being a mom and then saying it's disgraceful.
So weird. It's like just so hypocritical from someone who always says, "Don't bring the children in it. Don't bring the children in it."
I mean, she forgets that, and someone even said that she's a mother, she's a sister. She's an aunt. She's behaved ways that we wouldn't behave. So I don't know. It's definitely a new low for her, and it's very convenient that she'll like comment immediately as they post something or as they say something about us.
Yeah, she's definitely on it. So like it's like if she's saying that, like imagine what she's saying in her DMs and like let's pull up your DMs. Let's do it. Let's get a warrant for your things and let's see how many times you talk to bloggers and you told them to do things or you try to sway them a different way. Like let's pull up your receipts. So don't act so
Right.
innocent. That's like the biggest thing to me is that like if they're gonna get mad at like a Teresa or a Jennifer or whoever that are gonna talk to bloggers, you guys do too. So stop being a freaking hypocrite.
Oh, and we've seen DMs of many of the housewives on that show on New Jersey who do that. But I mean, it's 2024. Social media is a different thing. Social media has taken over. People have relationships with bloggers. It's not a surprise that Melissa talks to X, Y, and Z or supports X, Y, and Z or Teresa does or whatever does. I mean, it's not a shocker. I don't know why anyone's acting shocked about this. Um,
Or they're
so
making it a thing. Like, why are you guys making this a thing? I'm very
yeah, they're
confused.
making it a thing because the few accounts are just so upset. I don't know. I just think okay, at the end of the day, no one can make you say or do anything. We are in control of ourselves. No one makes us and say and do anything, and that's it. And Melissa, again, probably super excited about the drama that's going on and all that stuff. And
Clearly.
yeah, I mean, her chiming in, it's just very, very weird of her to do that. But I think, I mean, we don't want to address this stuff anymore. It is what
We
it
keep
is.
saying that, but then like something will happen. So like I really hope this is our last time because it's like we're gonna focus on the show and what our opinions are on the show. It's coming out in 10 days, and it's like you guys do the same. Like you guys can say whatever you want on that, or if you want to challenge us in our opinion, that's fun too. But like just don't make it dirty. Like I just don't understand it.
We have texts, we have DMs too, we have everything. We don't want to we have like a life outside of this, you know? We just want to like live our life and then have fun talking about the show, giving our opinion like we always have been. We've been doing that since 2012. So, I mean, now we have you guys hear our voices, so it's a little bit different. But I mean, it's sad. It's sad all around. And I mean, people are hurt and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of drama. New Jersey is very, very toxic. And yeah, I mean,
And it's
Twitter
because of us.
especially. Yeah, it's because of us. Apparently, we're super, super toxic. So
we're
it's
the
probably
we're
because of
the,
us.
we're the ones that bring the toxicity to Twitter.
Yeah. But I know I need to like go back on my binge. I like did say I'm gonna stop going on Twitter because I've like gone months without going on Twitter and stuff. And you do feel better because Twitter is just a very toxic place because anyone just can say anything and it's fine, but sometimes just people take it too far and it's like, touch
Just
grass.
delete it, honestly.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
delete the app, not your page, but just delete
Right.
it.
I know. Yeah. And just post like stuff that come off our website. But yeah, we just wanted to respond to that because that was just very shocking of her. Also, we don't shred Melissa, and I just want to point that out. We absolutely don't shred. We don't like stalk. We don't. Again, we've been very nice where we will post nice things about her. But at the end of the
But we're
day,
definitely like we definitely you know that we don't like her or
we're tree huggers, and
yeah.
we've made it very, very clear, and we've been like that. The one thing about us is our opinion has never changed. We've always had a consistent opinion. And no, we're not getting paid, but I'd love to if you guys want to, like, pay us, but we're not getting paid. So we're not getting paid to say or do anything. Um at all. No, and I don't think anyone does, to be quite honest. I don't think anybody does. Even on the other side, I don't think like, their
That would
side
be a new
claim.
low,
Right,
honestly. That'd be a new low
yeah.
for anybody. Like any housewife to sit there and pay anybody, like that's a new low.
As you can see, people are willing to open up pages, be very passionate, say what they want to say. Like that's what all these pages did. And they did this for free. So it's like, and they're doing this right now 24/7 for free. So I mean, and I don't believe anyone to be getting paid, but I think it's like an easy thing to say. Like, oh, this person's getting paid, but I don't think so because I've been around for so long and no one's ever offered us money. So like I just don't think people get paid like that. Um, and we would never even take we don't just like ugh. I mean, people. I mean, I think it's weird when people if they did get like if they would that they would take the money, that's weird to me. If they would accept gifts, if they would take that and that's what's weird to me. But
Yeah.
um
The only thing I would do is if like you offered me to go down your yacht or something, I'd be down.
well, remember Siggy had told
That
us
I
she was
know
like,
that's what I thought about. I'm like, she said anytime we're down and like
"Oh, I would totally do that."
yeah, same. Like, if you want to invite me places, I'll definitely come.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. I would totally do that. And Siggy told us, she was like, if you're ever in this area, come. She's like, we can go on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go on a yacht. I'll go wherever. Yeah, are you kidding? So yeah, that would be a very fun experience. But yeah, we'll see if we'll have to continue. We'll have to talk about it again. All we know is that we have the best support ever, and our listeners are so amazing. And we just want to thank you because even we get overwhelmed or we text each other and we're like, wow, like, how do we get so lucky? So that these people see through things and that they're so supportive of us. So we really do
Seriously.
appreciate that.
RT.
Yeah. But I think that's all we have on Melissa. And all the drama. And you guys, my birthday was just 3 days ago.
So, did you have a fun birthday?
It's so weird. I feel like as we get older, guys, like we just again, we like expect so much. So if I was like we went to brunch with my husband's parents who are the best people ever, and that was nice. I had a mimosa for the first time since having baby L, and so that was nice. And then like when we were home, my husband put all the kids to nap and it was like an hour of silence and I was like sad and I was like this is my birthday. Like we're just at home and there's like an hour of silence. And then my husband's like, what else do you want? Like we're going out tonight. And I was like, I know, but I just feel like birthdays are so depressing. But then we got ready and we went to Chantel's house and I had the best time ever.
She really did. It's like you could tell she doesn't go out much, you guys.
Oh my gosh, I know, I swear to God, because I had so much fun. We went to her house, Chantel, like, had a nice spread. She's, like, the best hostess ever, and we were going out to eat at an amazing restaurant, so I was like, "You don't need to, like, do this pre-stuff for us," and then we went to a restaurant and with Chantel's husband as well, and, I got crunk, and it was so much
She
fun.
got so drunk that she kept telling the waiter, "It's my birthday, it's my birthday." And we were gonna literally hit her, you guys. We're like,
Yeah,
shut the hell up. You're
that did
embarrassing us.
happen.
We come here all the time. You don't. So stop
I know.
embarrassing us.
And it's my husband's favorite restaurant. I mean, he was, like, cracking up the whole time, and, I mean, even, like, after we were like, "Okay, that was, like, a really good night." Oh, no, the best part is that Chantel's husband invited us for a nightcap after, and, Chantel was like, "No, they're gonna go home," and I was like, "Ew, okay," And, like, we did have a babysitter watching, like, 4 of my kids. I mean, they're sleeping and stuff, but my husband, we get in the car, he's like, "We're gonna go," and I was like, "We're gonna go where?" He's like, "We're going to her house." I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why not?" I was like, "But we just told them no." We literally go to Chantal's house and then we see them through the window because they're the weirdos that have their like blinds open for everyone to see. And we see them and we can tell they're about to go in their room to change up into pajamas. And all of a sudden you hear me scream, "Nightcap" from outside. And they were
Literally, it's just
so shook. They were like, "What are you doing here? Go home."
so he really made them a nightcap and they stayed probably for another like what, like half hour, you think, or more?
Like 40 minutes, I feel
Yeah.
like. Yeah. So it was a good time. It was fun. So I did overall have a good birthday. I just got sad for 1 hour.
Yeah. She called me and I was like, I gotta go, dude.
Oh my god, she was literally, like, grocery shopping with, like, her husband, and I was just like, I don't know, like, why am I sitting at home right now in this hour? And she's like, "Didn't you just come from brunch?" I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know." It was a good weekend though overall, and, yeah, next birthday for sure, and so that's why we've also been MIA because we've just been so busy with birthdays, babies, all that stuff, and Chantal was out of town, she's going out of town again, so we've been busy,
I'm going to Miami, so holler if anyone's there.
Oh, wow, okay, and how long are you going for?
Just Thursday to Sunday.
Oh, okay. Just Thursday to Sunday, just casually going to Miami
my
Thursday to
friend my friend has a condo down there, so it's really nice to like just be able to chill. It feels like you're at home almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. Um, but we have some hot topics to talk about. Any hot topics that you have to talk about?
Let me look.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, speaking of New Jersey, you know how Andy did come out and he did say, that New Jersey isn't sustainable with how divided the cast is. Melissa actually was she talking to the US Sun and she agreed with that and she said I 1000% agree that it's not sustainable with how it is. And what's crazy is that all of them are about to go into the reunion doing the same exact thing they did last year. And it's like going to affect, most of them. Who knows if they'll do like a whole New York thing. But if they all take that approach where it's like, we're going to go and we're going to act exactly how we acted last season, it's definitely, it's not going to really work out.
Yeah, so like if you don't think it's sustainable, then like let's do something different.
Yeah. She did say, I think it's a good refreshing season. I know everybody's seeing the change in dynamics and friendships, and it's actually going to be quite shocking. She said, I think people are so used to Jersey being about family. It's a huge twist this year, plot twist. I
We
love
love
Jersey as a
family.
family. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I don't like the like friend thing as much. And she said, I have my girls on the show that I trust and I love. I love Dolores. I love Margaret. I love Rachel. I mean, I'm getting to know Danielle a lot better this year. She seems like a really down to earth, awesome person. So I'm also forming new friendships, which I'm happy about.
Her and
Uh,
I just do want to say her and Dolores really do seem like they're getting really close. Um, I don't know, just a vibe I'm getting off social media. Like they've
yeah,
done a lot of events together recently, and then even like right, they just had Brittany's bridal shower, Frank's fiance, and like like Melissa's there. So were other people, but just like you could
she's
just
also
tell.
friends with Bernie.
What is it?
She's also friends with
Yeah,
Bernie.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying that they've been in the same room a lot off filming is what I'm just trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, especially as filming comes. And I just know that Dolores is like she has an equal relationship with everyone. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
I
There
think you need
isn't.
again, you need someone to be like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. The hot topic I had was that Jack Taylor and Brittany followed each other on Instagram.
I know, that is so crazy to
It's just
me.
weird, like why do that?
I mean, I feel like it's a very impulsive move. It's very impulsive for them to have done that, and it's not yeah, it's just not the best move because, like, at the end of the day, they're gonna have to co-parent, they're gonna have to I mean, I don't know. I just definitely don't agree with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, apparently the Alexia stuff with Miami, you guys, she is, devastated. She is hurting. So what is said is that everyone is shocked. Is very surprising. Alexia loves hard. She's all about love. She's romantic in that respect. She's hurting right now. A second source told Us Weekly that Alexia truly was blindsided by Todd's filing. She said things were the source says things were good between her and Todd days leading up to him filing. She had no idea there were no signs. Alexia believes he wanted to keep her in the dark about how he was feeling about ending the marriage because he knew she would try and convince him otherwise. The source adds that that Alexia thinks that the breakup has a lot to do with her sons and their family dynamic. And it says like Peter tried to warn her about him. I think that's so messed up. You're married to someone and then you sit there and you don't like you completely surprise them. Like they have no idea that you're about to do this.
That's just really cruel and so weird. It's like, why would you, if you love somebody, like why would you do that to them? Like they should be aware of what's happening.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And look how Peter is saying that it has a lot to do or like that he told her so. And it's like, yeah, probably not the one thing you want to hear right now, but it's just really sad. To me, again, I feel like Todd could not take what the backlash from the show or people calling him out on things. And it's like, again, imagine being Louis. Anything Louis does or says, everyone, or not everyone, but there are accounts that will try to make sure to attack him or go after him. And
Well, at the end of the day, she's gonna be better off if like that's someone like, you have someone that weak and can't even tell you that he wants a divorce or he came and like handled your guys' marriage or handle your kids or whatever the case is. It's like then bye.
right. Yeah.
Go rent your own apartment.
Also, so another hot topic is that Mary Cosby allegedly called Lisa Barlow's 12-year-old son the R word. Also, we want to point out that we don't talk about children, so I don't know who's trying to put that narrative out there. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm done with Twitter. I'm off. Chantal, I just deleted the app, so
Good
there we go.
job. Good job. That's a round of
Yeah,
applause.
thank you. So, okay, so Mary Cosby allegedly called Lisa Barlow's 12-year-old son Henry the R word while filming season 5 of Salt Lake City. Page 6 reported that Mary
Wait, like, am
allegedly
I like, are we like, is it like R word as in racist or R word as in the R word?
the R word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
messed up. Damn.
yeah, Mary called Lisa's 12-year-old son, Henry, the R word during a heated argument while filming. According to one insider, the offensive remark was made during a crazy fight that took place between both of the cast members earlier this month. And the entire cast was beyond grossed out by Mary's alleged use of the slurs, saying the source. However, a third source says that while Lisa was initially very upset and Mary, they both have since moved on from the fight and put the drama behind them. I do think Lisa Barlow, the one thing about her, she is able to move on from things. Do you not get
Okay.
that? You don't get that vibe?
No, I do. Yeah, she just needs to be acknowledged and set and like, it's wrong and then she would move on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to see that. I'm more excited to see Orange County. Orange County has wrapped up, so I'm excited to see what goes on. I know that the finale was um, the engagement party between Ryan and Jen. So I'm just excited to see like everything unfold. That will be really, really awesome. Chanel, did you want to talk about Summer House?
Yeah, I would love to talk about Summer House.
Okay, yeah. What did you want to say?
Well,
What do we
so
think about Summer House?
yeah, well, we haven't been like recapping it, but I just think it's a great show so far. But we watched the after show, and I wanted to know your opinion on this whole Paige and Danielle thing. So Paige and Danielle and Kyla were out one night, and Danielle straight up looks at Paige and goes, "You give Craig nothing." And like, I think Paige was so caught off guard, and she's like, "You give him nothing. Like, you could just basically she's saying that like." you don't do anything for him to make him feel secure or happy in the relationship or knowing where to go. And like you could tell Paige was furious. Like she would not, she was
I
pissed.
was surprised she didn't call her out then and there and be like, "What are you talking about?" Or "You know nothing about our relationship." And instead she just looked at her and she like kind of processed what she said. But I was a little bit surprised.
Yeah. And then, so the after show, like, it was kind of awkward because Danielle and Amanda were together. And Amanda's trying to be nice about it. And I was like, you know what? That's not nice to say she does nothing for him. And she's like, I was just trying to say that, I don't know, Danielle's excuse was really weird, which is like shocking for me because I've always liked Danielle in the way that her opinions and all things like that. But Paige is like, Danielle just loves to comment on people's like relationships because she loves to be the critic and she knows she can't take it. Paige was just fucking pissed. And she even said she's like, Danielle doesn't even know Craig. Like she's met him like once or twice, which was so like wild of Paige to say. And I think you were saying too, like Paige is so funny, like the way that she like goes about things. But how'd you
Right.
feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, she lost her shit. She all of a sudden then said, "I think Lindsay was right about Danielle." I think that's what the craziest part was, is like it's interesting. The second that, it happens to you, then you're like, "Oh, okay, maybe I was hard on Lindsay and maybe Lindsay was right about Danielle." So I found that to be very interesting. But I mean, yeah, no one knows Craig and Paige's relationship or how much she does for him. So
And she
I
does say, she's like, I've taught him self-confidence, I've taught him this, I've done this. She like was naming all the lists. We're like, okay, Paige, go off. I mean,
Danielle's
because
very direct. She's very,
yeah.
very direct. So, I mean, it is what it is. She's just a very direct person.
But then even Paige
We
is
have a
like,
cousin like that where we're like, okay, like just like calm your tone.
yeah, so that would piss me off if like I felt that way.
Yeah.
But you know what? Paige was like, she does it for the sake of just saying I'm a direct person or I'm a truth teller. And it's like Paige is like, no one gives a shit then, like keep it to yourself, which is so true.
Yeah, and I hate when people do that where they're like, "Oh, I'm a truth
It's like
teller," and
congratulations.
they're
Yeah.
saying that about like your relationship, and you're like, "Okay, I didn't ask for your truth telling. I don't know what this is. I didn't ask for it." It was awkward because in the after show, Danielle is seated with Amanda, and you can tell Amanda would probably talk a lot more crap if Danielle wasn't next to her.
Yeah, I said that. Were you not paying attention to me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I literally said word for word. It was so awkward that Amanda was with Danielle because you could tell.
No, yeah, I really there was a segment with you talking that I was looking at something else and I wasn't paying attention.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I feel
um
horrible.
And another thing on the after show, which was really funny, was like, well, first of all, we see Lindsay and I always forget her name. She's not on that much, so I'm sorry.
Gabby.
Lindsay and Gabby, and then like they kind of are talking to Lindsay about the whole Carl situation and like what you keep saying about like how he's not a man because he doesn't have a job, and then you get Carl's perspective, and like Kyle's with Carl, and Kyle's like low key like kind of like knows like Carl's not that ambitious, so like when Carl's trying to talk, it's just like Carl, like,
Awkward.
yeah, it's like very awkward. It's like those after shows really are so funny because, like, especially when they seat them with people that are not like that don't agree with them in that certain topic. It's like the best thing to see their vibe and their
But they're
situation.
friends, so they're not gonna go against them.
Yeah, like most of the time you are friends, but you can just tell the vibe. You're like, okay, no,
Yeah.
this is not
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and I mean that I do feel like Carl just yeah, I don't
But
know.
but Lindsay's just really strong. Like she's very strong. Like that's not how you approach a
And
situation.
especially your man. Like your man doesn't
Yeah,
want to hear you talk to him like that.
yeah, you don't sit there and say like, like or put down his ideas, like sometimes you
Yeah.
just like if you put down his ideas and like he's never gonna amount to something, let him follow his dream, whatever that is.
Right. For sure.
But what
But
else? I'm trying to think what else happened in Summer House that we should. Do we know is Sierra, what's his name, West still together?
I don't know about that.
Because they were on the after show and like Andy wasn't even asking him because it was Wes and Kyle, and Andy was like, I'm not gonna ask you, like let's wait till the reunion for people to find out. But then we find out that Sierra went to his like ranch. So like it's like clearly they were hanging out, but it's like I don't know if they're friends or I'm very curious.
Well, so on Reddit it says I think they dated up until December at the very least, pretty full on, but I wouldn't be surprised if things fizzled out.
Yeah. It kind of maybe seems that way then actually, like that they tried and then it just didn't work out.
Yeah, and it looks like there's no confirmation at all anywhere.
Hmm.
I can see it not lasting outside of the show.
Yeah. It was funny because like Andy was giving Wes a big head about like he's been a breakout star, which I really do think so. Like he has been.
I think I'm watching for the first time Summer House Martha's
Martha's Vineyard.
Vineyard, and I like it.
Oh, okay. We can talk about it then.
Yeah, well, I'm on season 1 and I'm only on episode 3 because you guys, my walks. I'm like, let me watch and do all that while I'm walking
Oh,
now.
you know, I lost my thing. I don't know where the frick it's at. I'm so pissed.
Oh no, your step. She's talking about her step. What is it called? Like
Step counter.
Yeah, her step counter. No, not me. I haven't lost it, but that's my baby. It's like right on my dresser every day.
I know. I feel like it's like clipped onto something. It has to be like
I clip it onto my sock. So
but I don't wear socks every day.
Oh yeah, you're gross because it's like it's weather for you to wear socks and you don't. Again, Chantal used to go barefoot 24/7, which you're probably super healthy because you did go barefoot so much.
Yeah, I was like a low key. What's it called?
Bear.
Yeah, what is it called though? Why am I blanking on like what you do grounding? Like I was like low key grounding before grounding was a thing.
Was a thing. Oh my gosh, so true, so true. Chantal actually just introduced me to Bobby. What is it?
Oh, Bobby approved, like Bobby Flave City on Instagram.
Yeah, and that account is teaching me so much stuff that I actually went shopping at Aldi today because I didn't realize Aldi was like a thing and it was like good. And I had a great experience at Aldi today. I will say that, but yeah, you guys, I'm tired, so I think
I think this is it.
Okay, wow. Okay, well, thank you guys so much.
And if you guys are not on our Patreon, like listen to our last episode so you can get another glimpse of our Patreon VIP actually, and let us know what you thought about that episode.
Yeah, we recap season 3, episode 1, and it gave us like the PTSD of it, exactly why we feel the way we feel about Melissa. And why it'll never change. Again,
and not just Melissa, Joe too, you guys. Like we're very hard, especially more on Joe than Melissa, honestly. So yeah.
It's very, very eye-opening, and it just gave me PTSD, definitely.
Yep.
All right. Well, we hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night or day. And again, thank you all so much for your support. And follow us on Instagram at All About TRH Podcast. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hey everyone, it's Chris Frangiola, and I'm the host of your new favorite podcast, Cover to Cover. Each week on Cover to Cover, I scour the world's newspapers to bring you the craziest stories in fashion, music, pop culture, food, you name it, we give you the comedy angle on all of it. If this sounds up your alley, listen to Cover on the iHeart app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.